welcome to my channel that's all about helping you and your pet live the best life together. I recently tried an IQ test on my dogs and I'm going to show you how it went. So this IQ test tests how trainable dogs are, how good their memory is, and how well they can problem solve. If you decide to try this test on your dog, let me know in the comments how it went. I'm really curious what other dogs score. So I'm going to be doing it on my two dogs. My first dog, Penny, she is about 2.5 years old and she is a Border Collie, Aussie Shepherd, and Blue Heeler mix. And my other dog, which is just a puppy, she's only about 16 or 17 weeks old and she is, we think, a Chihuahua Jack Russell mix. She probably has a lot of other stuff in there. And even though this is a dog video, I do have 3 cats and I really love cats, and I just wanted to point out this sweater. It says, "Sorry, I can't," and then at the bottom, "I have plans with my cat." This sweater's on Etsy and I'll leave the link below in the comments if you're interested in it. So for the first test, all you need to do is to throw a towel or a small blanket over top of your dog and then time your dog to see how long it takes your dog to get free and to poke their head out. So if they get out in 30 seconds or less, they get 3 points. 31 to 120 seconds, they get 2 points. And if they try and they don't get out within 120 seconds, they get 1 point. And if they just don't try to get out, they just stand there, they get 0 points. So Penny got out in 30 seconds or less, so she scored 3 points on the first test. For the next test, you take the towel or the blanket, show your dog a treat, and then cover up the treat with the towel or the blanket. Now, looking back, I realized that this is not the right kind of towel or blanket to use. It shouldn't be folded up like this. It should be laying flat and open. So Penny was unable and unsuccessful, and she didn't score points here. But I think that was an error on my part, and if I had used just a towel flat unfolded, which I will be using later, and I'll show you later what happens, she would have gotten the treat out. So how you score this test is if they get the treat out in 30 seconds or less, they get 3 points. If they get the treat out in 31 to 60 seconds, they get 2 points. And if they try but fail within 1 minute, they get 1 point, and if they just don't try at all, they get 0 points. So Penny tried but failed within 60 seconds, so she only gets 1 point, but again, I don't think this is accurate at all because I was using the wrong towel. So now I'm going to try the same 2 tests on Millie, and first one is throwing the towel over her head. I got a better towel, it wasn't the blanket, so hopefully this is better, and she gets out in under 30 seconds, so she scored 3 points as well. Her reward is to play with sorrow. So now I try the treat under the towel test. I fold this up and I show her the treat. Zorro gets in the way. So you have to be really quick and cover the treat with a towel. And then I let her get it out. Now again, I think if you just had like a small towel, like a face cloth or a hand towel instead of like a large towel, your dog would get it out a lot easier. So I'm not sure what kind of towel or size towel they use, but here I opened up the towel and showed them, and they got it out a lot easier and a lot quicker. And I've done this before in the past with Penny, and I had more of a hand towel, and she got it out right away. So again, though, both of them, I'm going to give them both a 0 for the second test, even though it might be an error on my part. Right now, they both have scores of 4 out of 6. So for the next test, you need to get something like large heavy books and then some sort of plank or board. So you're creating kind of a low area to the ground that they can't reach their nose or their shoulders or their neck under. So you could use a couch depending on the size of your dog. A couch would be for a big dog, but my dogs are smaller, so I needed to create this little kind of area. So you're pretty much just creating like a little hole. So I used some large books, and then I put a tray on top, and then just to weigh the tray down so they don't knock the tray off, I put some of their toy box on top. So this is what it looks like, and you put a treat underneath, and then you time your dog and see how long it takes your dog to get the treat out. So they can't fit their head or their face or their nose under, so they've got to use their hands. Or sorry, they've got to use their paws to get it out. You want your dog to see you put the treat under there, and you might need to encourage your dog to get the treat out. So you're allowed to kind of give them praise and show them and encourage them to get it out. If your dog gets the treat out within 2 minutes, so this is when they use their paws, you want them to be able to use their paws. If they get it out in 2 minutes, they get 4 points. If they get it out in 3 minutes, they get 3 points. If they fail within 3 minutes, but they're also using their paws, so they're trying, they get 2 points. If they fail, they don't get it out, and they didn't even use their paws, they just use their nose or their muzzle, they get 1 point. And if they don't try at all, they get 0 points. So they never got the treat out, and again, I think this is because it was too wide. They could push the treat. You can see Penny here, she's pushing the treat, but it gets stuck in the middle. So I really want to know the width and that you should be using for the dogs. Right there, Penny pushed it, and Millie grabbed it from the other side. So they failed within 3 minutes, but they were using their paws, so they get 2 points. Again, I think this was an error on the props being used, but that's what it is. So they both have a total of 6 points. For the next test, which is the last test, you teach your dog to find a hidden treat. So you need 3 cups, and first you kind of prime your dog. So you show your dog that under this cup I'm going to put treats, and you make sure you use the same cup or the same bowl or whatever you're using. So I'm using the purple one, and I'm saying this is where the treats are, they're always under here. And then what you do is you show your dog, yeah, the treat's under there. Let your dog eat the treats, prime them, get them used to it, and then show them, and then take your dog out of the room. leave the room. So you want to completely exit the room so they don't have sight. Leave the room for about 30 seconds and then let your dog enter the room. If your dog goes to the right cup and remembers which cup has the treat, if they check the right cup when they first come in, they get 2 points. If they check the cup within 2 minutes, they get 1 point. If they don't find the treat, they get 0 points. So both animals got 2 points for that test. So in total, they both received 8 points out of 12 points. So if your dog gets 11 to 12 points, they're considered a canine genius. 8 to 10 points, they're considered an obedient school honor student. 4 to 7 points, they're just an average dog. 1 to 3 points, they're a barker, not a thinker. And 0 points, and for 0 points it says you might have just tested a mop. So there you go, there's the canine intelligence test, and if you do this with your dog, let me know how your dog does. So both my dogs are considered fairly smart, I guess. They're both considered obedient school honor students, and I swear, they would be canine geniuses if I had the right props. So, thanks for watching. Bye.